On Fighting Spirit, Game 1, Cryoc, top right. Tech is in the top left.
I've played a few games with Tech, but I don't know how his PvT is. His PvP is very strong. He's got excellent macro. Cryoc, I'm not so familiar with. I mean, obviously I know who he is, but I haven't played much with him much. They're both very strong players, both by reputation and having seen them play. Fighting Spirit is obviously a very dated map at this point, and I think that it leans itself very strongly towards a defensive free-based Terran style because of the ease of taking a high ground third. I think modern maps aren't quite so generous to Terrans. They don't give them a quick third gas the way that Fighting Spirit does.
Right.
But if you play that older style, it's a very Terran-friendly map to play. Cryocs opening completely standard. No funny business with cutting for a 10-10-10 or anything. And same with Tech. He's just doing the textbook 10 gate, 11 gas. No early scout, as far as I can tell. Also, I'm pretty sure his core is going to be to the left under the middle line, which is this is going to be good building placement, because one of the things that in PvP that you had to focus on is you need to control vultures with your building placement, and he's doing that. Yep. Both players scouting. These scout times are standard. Nothing remarkable at all.
Like to scout vertically like you.
And we're still seeing 2 SCVs on gas after the factory. And is that just the one Marine he's got there? I'm expecting in that case, if it's just one Marine, he's going to go CC bunker, or bunker CC second Marine. But this is... he's cutting his Marines, which you can do if you're playing really defensively in the opening. It's not wrong. It means that he's just going to be taking his expansion and nothing else. Yeah, here's our second Marine. But he's getting the factory out first. He doesn't need it early. Now, had there been a Zealot opener, this actually would have been quite bad for him, because Cryoc scouted Tech last. So had it been like an Oya style Zealot goon, that would have done a lot of damage. But against just straight goon, it's completely fine. Especially with the high ground, he's going to have no trouble holding that.
You can hold with 2 Marines, right? Kind of, until your third one comes out.
The mischance, but yeah, I mean, he would have been fine. Tech's Nexus is going to be considerably faster. I would say this favors Tech, even with the even though his Robo's kind of late. I say his Robo's kind of late. The Robo should be happening now, so it's not late. Yeah, that was the 23 next. Okay, you're right. His Robo's not late. He's following the build. That was 23 next into 25 Robo. This is an opening that I use a lot, and it's very strong. Especially in this situation where is he going to add his gateways? He needs 2 more gateways right now. He's got 1 more gateway coming. Build a third gateway. Come on, do it. Also, with Goon range done, yeah, he's got to take pot shots. He's doing it. Okay. Tech is playing this beautifully. I would like to see a third gateway building, but he's busy microing, and that's fine. I can expect that. But he's going to have his observers in a timely fashion to hold the or to get back out on the map. His Nexus is on time. He killed the tank. So Cryoc, I think, is considerably behind from this. Cryoc's next, Command Center is going to be much later, and Tech has held it with the loss of what, just 2 Dragoons, so a bunch of Marines in the tank. I think that's completely fine. He did have to cut some workers to get his timing, but he's got 2 Nexuses. So that's fine. He's going to catch up in a second.
It seemed pretty tied up to me.
It's it looks even right now, but Tech is on 2 incomes and 2 Nexuses making workers. Cryoc is not. Like, Tech did a very greedy build and he got away with it unpunished. His first observer is about to come out. Let's see where it goes. There's 2 options. It can either go straight towards the Terran base to get a scout, or it can go down to start clearing the mines and pushing out. It looks like he's going down to start clearing the mines. Siege is not even done yet. This is going to be so easy for him. Observer's going to scout it, and he's just going to go out and clear out his... It's go, go, go. Yep, he's got it. Oh, Cryoc, this is not what you wanted to do. You have goon range, and he doesn't have like marine range. You can just... The bunker's not scary. You can just kill the tank and then kill the bunker.
There you go. Now he has vision of what's going on.
Oh, he's let a second tank get here. But even so, I think he's going to be fine.
He just got siege. Unfortunate time.
Also, bunkers split their damage by default. So, yeah, this is just... Yeah, GG.
I don't know what happened there.
What happened there is that Tech did like the most... So this is that 23 next 25 robo build. There's a guide to it on Jinjin's YouTube channel, and I love that build because it is completely safe against anything the Terran can do early on, but it's also really greedy. It comes down to perfect execution to be safe against everything the Terran can do early on. If you follow the build to the letter, you won't die. And Cryoc thought that there was an opening in the build where he could kill it, but he just couldn't.
Did Cryoc feel like he had to do that contain strategy because he was behind?
No, Cryoc didn't know there was going to be observers.
That was really risky. I don't understand why he even tried to do that push.
Because he didn't believe there was a 25 robo. There were mines on the ramp, which means that if Cryoc can get up a bunker and siege tanks before the observer's done, then by the time that Tech can actually kill the mines, it's already too late and the container's strong. But
seemed kind of risky to me.
He just, I mean, it didn't work, so of course it was risky. I
mean, if you don't know if there's a robo or not there, don't do it when in doubt.
Well, normally you can't go 25 robo and also hold that tank marine push, but and also get the Nexus. It's a very
that's
tight
true.
Build order.
He did have quite a few Dragoons in.
It's quite a tight build order to do that, where you have to cut probes at 19 probes and stay cut for a little bit to get out the gateways and the robo and the Nexus on the time you get them. But it can't be killed early. That build always slingshots you into the mid game with 2 bases and observers. It's a very strong opening, and I love it. And that's an example of why it's such a safe, solid build.
Well, let's see what builds they're going to go for this game.
I would like to see Tech do the same build again, because that build, the 23 Nexus build, it doesn't matter if the opponent knows you're going to do it. You could do it with vision on, it wouldn't change anything. It's just a very, very safe, solid, generic opening that is good in every situation. And the beauty of it is the observer is so quick that you can adapt to whatever the Terran's doing. So I would like to see Tech do the exact same build again. He's scouting earlier than Jinjin, or like recommended to in Jinjin's translated guide, but I don't hate the scout. And the scout's fine either way. he's going to get a quick scout. The scout's not actually going to change anything in terms of what the build does. He's going to see where his opponent is, but he's going to do the exact same stuff as he otherwise planned to.
Scout is bullshit.
I don't like that scout.
It doesn't change anything. It's the thing. He's going to find out where Terran is, but what's it going to change? He's going to go ahead and do the exact same build he planned to. Dragoon, Goon range. It's quite a generic build. Let's see Cryoc's gas income. Down to 1, so he's just going to go for a...
Are they doing the same build?
I think Cryoc had 2 on gas for slightly longer last game. I don't know what difference that makes, so I'd have to ask a Terran player. Yeah, they're doing... Tech is doing the same build. And again, it's a strong build. It's a build that I advocate for, it's a build I use. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you do a build and it works really well, do the same build again.
Yeah, that's what Pato says. But who listens to Pato?
Especially when it's like the least cheesy build imaginable. I would like him to have that probe mining there, because you're stuck on 19 probes for ages, which means that having a probe out on the map not doing anything is actually quite a hit, especially when you can just scout with the Dragoon, what he's doing now. He sends the Dragoon up. That will get him the vision he needs. And it looks like Cryoc is building Marine, so Cryoc's going for the exact same push that Tech just defeated. I'm not a fan of. Because Tech is going to be on 25 Robo again. Watch him. Yeah, Tech knows what's up. He knows how to play this matchup. If he wanted to, he could mine some minerals for some of these probes that aren't doing anything. He's got one up 12 o'clock and one in his base not mining. But there goes the next gateway. And we're going to see him do some Dragoon Micro stuttering back against the tanks. Oh, if he loses the Dragoon here, that's huge. That is actually... He could lose the game if he loses the Dragoon here. Because it's such a tight build early on. You have one gateway, and the gateway isn't even making anything for a lot of the time. But then you have to quickly ramp up to a second and third gateway according to Light. And now, Tech is staying on 2 gates. That is incorrect. If Cryoc was on 2-pack, Tech would 100% lose with 2 gates. But he's lucky that Cryoc isn't doing that, which lets him sneak a tiny advantage. He also needs his observatory building right now. It's difficult. Okay, it's started. It's difficult because you have to micro the Dragoons back while at the same time grabbing the quick observatory. But I think he took too much damage early on. If he had a third gateway now, I would feel much happier about his situation. Oh yeah, he's bugged it up. You gotta trust Light. Light knows how to do this build. If Light tells you 3 gateways, make 3 gateways. Because the tank, I think there was only 1 tank with a push last game. Whereas this game there was 2 tanks, and the Dragoons took more damage on the way in.
So does 2 gates just allow him to get a robo faster and observers?
No, two gates is just wrong. There's no advantage to 2 gates beyond just the fact you don't have to buy a third gateway. Oh, did you see that miss? One of the last goon hit that would have killed the tank just had the 1 in 255 miss chance. Oh, that is such bullshit. But no, the build is like 28 gate, 30 gate. So skipping the 30 gate doesn't actually do anything beyond that. You get out like an extra 2 probes. But if they went 2-pack or if you miss micro against an FD, you just lose the game. If Light says you need 3 gateways, just make 3 gateways. Sometimes you'll get lucky and the build won't be the one that causes you to lose if you don't have 3 gateways, but and Light knows how to play this game. So that observer came out ridiculously quickly, and I'm assuming it's an observer that's flying up right now. The observer went across and then up just to make sure there was nothing else coming, but then it's going to get into Cryoc's base very early. And the beauty of this observer timing, which needs to be going into the main base right this second, is you get to see everything. There's a variety of different builds Terran can be doing. They can be going 2-base, like a quick 2-base push, a slow 2-base push, 2-base +1 push, 2-base 2-1 push, 3-base 2-1 push. And you don't know what it is until you get the observer in. But once you get the observer in, you can then choose to take your third or not take your third. The timing on this build works out such that you get to see what's happening inside the Terran base before you commit to anything.
So what kind of advantage did he get not making that third gateway, which he's making now?
He didn't get the advantage. He lost mining time and he lost control of his natural for a bit. Also, he is building a third CC. That's not right. It's
No, I think it's are you looking at the eBay that's floating there?
sorry, he's building a third nexus. That's not right. So the way this build works in Light's explanation is that the whole purpose of the build is you get the very early scout, and then you get to see what the late game situation is going to be like, and then you can modify your build to guarantee you get to a late game situation that is favorable for you. Now, if the Terran is going on a 2-base timing, that's not a great time to be taking a third base Mineralonian going for late arbiters. If you look at what he's done here, he's gone 6 gateway, then in Citadel. His arbiter timing is not going to be there before Cryoc pushes. Cryoc is going for a +1. He's got 3 factories already. He's building a 4th factory. Cryoc is not going starport. Cryoc is not going for second army. He's not going for Sanctity. He's not going for third CC. Cryoc is just going to kill him. And unfortunately for Tech, although Tech is going to have a bunch of units out of his 6 gateways, he's not going to have, I think, enough Tech. This is going to be a slugfest. But this is not the way that Light taught us. If he gets Zealot legs and just tries to win it on the ground, I think he can. But he's not doing it. He's getting his forward. He's gonna. Okay, there's Zealot legs. Okay, yeah, he's not going for a late game. I'm happy now. I see Zealot legs, no Stargate and no Archives. Yeah, another 2 gateways. Okay, I take back what I said. Tech is not trying for a late game either here. Tech has correctly identified what Cryoc's doing, and he's just going to go for a. They're going to start punching each other in the face in the middle of the map until one of them breaks. If that metaphor makes any sense at all, it's
pretty violent.
Yeah, like neither are doing anything fancy. It's one of them is going for just dragoons and zealots. The other one is going for tanks and vultures. There's no dropships, no +1. Sorry, no +2. No third base. It's going to be just making a shit ton of units and hoping for the best. And that is the right decision to make if he wasn't going for a arbiter timing. You can get arbiters in time for this, but you can't do arbiters in time for this while also going for delayed Citadel and quick third base. And look at those 8 gateways go. This is up to 10 gateways now with these 2. But yeah, this is Tech knows what's up. Tech knows what his win condition is. He needs to have so many units that it doesn't matter that he has no arbiters, no High Templar, no Storm, no Reavers, no carriers. He just needs to have 10 gateways, maybe even more than 10 gateways. He's cutting his probes. He doesn't need more than 57 probes. He just needs to get those units done.
What's the ideal number of tanks you need before you head out? It seems like it's 11, 12-ish.
I think the +1 is what's triggering the push out. You would want probably as many tanks as you can get. I would like to see Tech having Zealot bombs as well at this point, but because that's a low tech answer to tanks, and low tech answer to tanks is what he needs because he doesn't have any high tech. Cryoc, you got to go, man. You can't. You're missing your timing.
I don't think he has enough vultures.
Yeah, but it's not. The situation is not improving for Cryoc. Is the thing. Cryoc should have already pushed. He's missing his timing.
I don't understand the Goliaths.
I don't like the Goliaths especially either.
He has the tanks, just needs more vultures, and that doesn't take too long to make. A minute or 2.
We've seen we just saw another 6 zealots and 2 dragoons made. That is an 11th gateway coming. He's missing his timing. That's a 12 gateway building now.
Well, fortunately for him, some of these Dragoons are badly injured. Those are a lot of Zealots.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of
and that's a good arc. Like
Oof.
those zealots. Yeah, he missed his timing completely.
Well, it wasn't a really good engagement, was it?
Cryoc just missed his timing. And
The tanks were in front, they weren't in the back. You just need a ton of vultures in front of your tanks.
I mean, there were just so many units that didn't make a huge difference.
That is true.
Okay, yeah, so I take back my added criticism of Tech. I thought Tech was going to make the mistake of trying to continue towards the normal late game after a quick bird, but he didn't do that at all. He identified exactly what Cryoc was doing. He knew it was a 2-base push, and he just went 12 gateway speed lots. And you can make quite a lot of speed lots if you have 12 gateways, as we have witnessed. Cryoc can't recover from this. He's lost too many tanks.
Let's see what these vultures do.
It doesn't matter. Cryoc's lost too many tanks.
Not really
Cryoc
doing
is now,
any damage to vultures.
yeah, Cryoc is now trying to adapt to a free base style, but the problem with that free base style is that he doesn't have a starport. He doesn't have a second armory. So you think, okay, what if you get a third base? What's that going to do for you? It's going to prolong the game, but it's not going to prolong the game into a part of the game that you win. It's going to prolong the game into a part of the game that's actually really bad for you.
He's behind quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he went for a 2-base timing
supply.
push and it didn't work. He's very behind. And Tech read it correctly. Tech identified that it was... how many factories is Cryoc on? So it identified it was 6-pack and just went 12 gate.
I mean, Tech is going to max out soon, and then he can pretty much expand everywhere.
Yeah, although Tech's going to max out with low tech. If you look at what he... no pun intended. If you look at what he has, there's no Arbiters, there's no Storm. I don't think there's a Stargate. Tech is just making gateway units. He's got a lot of them, but if he doesn't either take some more expansions or trade away some tanks, he's actually going to be in trouble. Eventually. He's not going to be in trouble anytime soon. He's got twice the supply of bonus. But if this game goes another 15 minutes and he's still on gateways, then we're going to have an issue. There's nothing wrong with Tech's macro. I don't know about the +1. Actually, he didn't have archives when he started that. That's why he's going +1 armor. Because if you have just the one forge PBT, the attack is the one you want. Double Nexus, nice. I would like to see him attack just to reset the army sizes, so we can get some higher tech units. Yeah, this is going to work. This is fine.
It's got too much.
Yeah. And although I disagreed with, or I guess I criticized the way he responded to the Observer Scout. The beauty of Tech's opening is that because you get the 25 robo straight into Observer, you get a really quick Observer inside the opponent's base, and then you get to choose your build based on knowing exactly what they're doing. That's like the Observer gets there before the turret ring can even get up. It's an Observer rush, and the advantage of doing an Observer rush is that you see what they're doing and you just choose to counter that, which Tech showed us. He used a different counter than I use, but he said, okay, I'm going to take a quick mineral only, and then I'm going to go 12 gateways. I'm not going to get any tech. I'm not going to get an archived. I'm only going to get +1. No Stargate. No Observer speed. No Reavers. Just 12 gateways. And it works. You rush an Observer, you see what they're doing, you kill them.
Yeah, twice in a row now. Doesn't look good for Cryoc.
The 23 Nexus, 25 Robot build is just such a stable opening for exactly that reason. It doesn't lose to anything the Terran does, and then you just get to see what they're doing and kill it.
I wonder if he's going to do it again.
I would definitely
Why not?
do it again in his position. Yeah. And again, it's an opening that they can know you're going to do. You can do it with your vision on, and it doesn't give them anything. It doesn't change the situation. There's just no gaps in it. It forces you into a mid-game situation where the Protoss is fighting into anything the Terran can have, and then if you respond correctly to what the Terran's doing, you win. Also, if your macro's as good as Tech's is, I think this is just a very strong build anyway, because Tech does not need a gimmick to win a PvT. Clearly, if he sees what you're doing, he will make the units and he will kill it. There are players who try and make the game somewhat chaotic and then come out ahead with their very strong micro. I'm a huge fan of Bo5, but Bo5's macro and build orders are not as strong as many other players. Bo5 just gets into situations he's familiar with, and then his micro is impeccable. He gets a read on you on a weird timing and he just kills you because he's Bo5. But if you have macro the way Tech has, then just do your standard build and max out. Why not?
Did you watch Bo5 vs TerraU?
No, when was that?
Yesterday or today. Russian Cyber Games.
No, I'm a few days behind on the RCG, so please no spoilers. Sorry.
No, I haven't seen it myself.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I was like, we didn't cast no fucking Terror and Bo5 games. What the hell are you talking
they
about?
got almost a $13,000 prize pool.
Ooh. You think it'd be on YouTube or something?
It's on Twitch, you can see them.
Zeros, yeah.
Go 0? Okay.
Yeah, I've got all the VOD queued up, I just haven't watched them yet.
Zero from BSL, he's the one who's casting it.
Yeah.
Streaming it.
Yeah, Tech is doing the same opening again and he's scouting again, which again, I just... Also, he's fucking around with the SCV and there's no need for this because, again, this is the build that you can do with your vision on. It's... You don't try and hide anything. The SCV will get into your base, and if it doesn't get to your base, it will see the 23 Nexus at your natural. It's not a tricky build. You're not worried the Terran is going to find out what you're doing.
Right.
The beauty of the build is it doesn't matter if the Terran knows what you're doing. It doesn't change anything. So I disagree with the efforts he's going to kill the SCV here. It's like trying to micro down with Bo and all of that shit. It's not necessary. Okay, so we're on 23. We're going to see a Nexus. Then he's going to make 2 more probes after the Nexus. Then he's going to make he's going to 23 Nexus, 23 Pylon, 2 more probes, 25 Robo. Dragoon on 26. Then he's going to make another gateway. Also, at cross positions, I think 2 gateways acceptable. I don't like it so much close positions. Because we saw what happened in circuit breaker close positions against the FD. But cross positions, I think it's more acceptable because you can add a 3rd gateway once the push starts if you see what's going on. If it was a strong 2-pack, though, he would just lose. What we're seeing from Cryoc, though, is Cryoc's build is actually very different from the Fire games. Cryoc is taking a much faster CC. He's only building enough Marines for... That's a 5th Marine being built. He's overmaking Marines. I don't like that. But Cryoc is taking a much faster CC than he otherwise would. CC's faster than the Nexus. So this is a better build than the last 2 games. In the last 2 games, he was going for aggressive build, but the aggressive build had no real kill potential. Whereas this game, he's going for a CC and into a 3-tank push.
Yeah, it seems like it.
3-tank push is one of those pushes that you want 3 gateways against. And he doesn't have 3 gateways.
And I don't think he's going to make 3 gateways.
No, he just he thinks he knows better than Light, or he hasn't watched the video. But I mean, Light will tell him in the video that he needs the 3 gateways. You don't actually need to make units out of the 3 gateways, but you have to have them, because if you don't have them, you can't adapt fast enough to come under attack.
It's true.
Third tank's about to be finished, and once the 3 tanks are done, Cryoc is going to be on the move.
You think Tech knows that a push is coming, or no?
He's got to. I mean, there's tanks being produced constantly, and there's too many Marines.
And he thinks he can hold it with 2 gateways.
No bunker.
Oh, he's pulled the goons back. He's not going to see it.
Oh,
this is going to catch him completely off guard.
Why is he pulling back?
To take high ground and actually be able to micro back a little bit.
And there goes Cryoc. Okay, Tech is fucking this one up.
Oh, he's in bad place.
He's just
If
worried about
he-
vultures coming in?
I don't think so, because if he had his unit outside the map, outside of
Sometimes
he could
Terrans
see the
make
vultures.
a proxy factory.
No,
Mess
it's
you up like
also
that.
having 2 goons out there and the rest of your goons at home is fine. This is just this is a misplay. This is, if he watched the video, he would know not to do this. But now he's seeing. This is the first time he's seeing this push,
See, this is bad. If he gets that
Yeah.
ground, oh man.
and he doesn't have the third gateway. He can't adapt. You need exactly 8 goons to hold this push. It's like. I know I just talk about this video constantly, but it's because it's an amazing video, and like Light just spells out everything. He goes, yeah, it's 8 goons, not 8 goons.
Ooh. You got
Wow.
lucky
Okay.
here.
Cryoc
he had a
missed
couple
micro that,
Well, he had a couple reinforcing goons too.
and Cryoc missed micro that, but
Yeah.
like those tanks were way too exposed.
I think it feels like 2 gates is enough.
I mean, you can argue Light if you want. I'm just saying that
It's just much riskier, right?
Yeah. He's a little smarter than we are.
It's like, why take the risk from Light's point of view, I guess.
yeah, because you don't actually make dragoons out of the third gate. Is the beauty of it. You have the third gate, which costs you 150 minerals, no supply. You just make it and leave it, and then if the situation develops where you need a third gateway, you have a third gateway.
Well, he prefers to make 2 gateways now, I guess.
Well, one day somebody's going to 2-pack him and he's going to lose. They're going to do like that fake 2-pack where you have some marines in a bunker outside your natural and only show tanks from one factory. And then he's just going to get overrun. And maybe he has a read on Cryoc. I mean, if he has a read on Cryoc, the Cryoc never goes 2-pack, then I don't hate it. But
That might be it.
yeah. I mean, it's completely defensible if he knows that 2-pack's not happening.
I like to see his observer in Terran space.
Yes, that was the next thing I was going to say, is that like your first observer, assuming you're not using it to defend yourself from an imminent threat, it just goes across the map. It has to, because you need to know exactly what Terran's doing. Now in this case, what Tech's doing is going for a 3-base quick arbiter, which I like. However, we will notice in Cryoc's base, no starport, and I don't believe we have a second arm. I believe that's the first army being built right now.
Yeah, you're right.
So Cryoc is not going for a 2-1 push. Cryoc is going for a 3-base like 10-pack +1 push. And Tech doesn't know. And Tech needs to know, because this whole build, as I was saying last game, you go into their base with your first observer, you see what they have, and then you kill them. If you don't go into their base with your first observer, can't see what they have, which means you misjudge the situation and your response is bad.
Yeah, see, right here is when you find out, okay, I need to thin out the tank count a little bit. You know, and he's got no idea.
He can't get in there with observers anymore.
Yeah,
Not
he missed his
anymore.
timing.
Yeah.
So Tech is now playing it like it's going to be a 2-1 game, and it's not going to be a 2-1 game. It's going to be a +1 game.
Is it worth making all these turrets around your base, though?
Yes, because they don't cost very much. You need them later on anyway, and if Tech doesn't know it's going to be a 2-1 or +1 game, then you win. Like the game is certainly winnable for Tech, but it's his build isn't going to be optimized for the situation.
Explain what you would do in either situation. Say if, for instance, if Cryoc was going for a 2-1 push, what would I need to do as Protoss?
You'd want to take a 4, ideally in a main base, so you can build gateways there. You'd want a third gas, you'd want a second Stargate making arbiters, and you'd want to, for me at least, start +1 for a carrier switch eventually, but you can win with arbiters if you have 2 target arbiters. We are looking for like a late game macro best game, if that makes sense. You want gateways in a second location, you want more bases. Like that's the classic, you want to be at least 1 base up as Protoss PvT situation.
Right. So how would that differ from if he was just going like what he's doing now, the 10-fact +1? Would you take 1 base or 2 bases instead, and then stick with arbiters?
I don't
or
hate.
Typically, would it go the same?
Tech is
style?
blindly going towards something that I actually quite like.
See,
which
that's
Yeah, he hasn't taken a 4th base, which normally in PvT you think, well, why are you staying on fee base against fee bases? But in this situation, Terran doesn't have a late game. Terran is committed on this, and so Tech making 8 gateways and making a shit ton of speed lots while going Arbiter and Stasis, that's actually perfect.
Okay, that's actually what I was wondering because
Yeah.
you know we were talking about, oh man, Tech doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing, but I was looking at it and I'm like, this is probably what I would want to be
Yeah.
in position for.
I don't know how he knows, but Tech knows, or Tech at the very least suspects, because this is the beauty of this situation that he's going to be in here is that if Cryoc's push fails, Cryoc doesn't have a transition. Cryoc's going to be on 3 bases, which is nice. He's going to have a bunch of factories, which is nice. But once Stasis comes out, if you don't have 3-2, or if you don't have like double upgrades coming in your tanks, you cannot fight gateway units and an Arbiter. It just can't be done. It doesn't matter if you're on even bases. It's just the Protoss army is better. So what Tech is doing here is he's established a win condition, which is just that he gets Arbiters and upgrades without dying. But he's not getting greedy about it. He's not taking a 4th base. He's not looking into carriers or anything like that. He's just getting his basic win condition of just having Arbiters. And he's going to work from there.
See, so right here, after he maxes out, which he's pretty close to doing, he should probably take another 2 bases.
Well, I don't know about this. I don't want him to be attacking.
No, I don't want him attacking it either. I thought he's in a
Especially
great
uphill.
position.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Maybe
a huge
he
stasis,
just-
don't get me wrong. If you get like 6 tanks
Right.
in stasis, then by all means try and attack it. But
All his zealots were stalled.
Yeah, see, typically you want to actually status the tanks in the back row. But now this, he got so many though. I mean, look
yeah,
at this.
I mean,
He's doing way better than I thought he would.
yeah, I mean, if you get 6 tanks in a stasis, the fight is always going to be easier.
Oh no.
I'm not sure why he left.
I
though.
get.
I don't
He
know
should
that
have
he could
backed off.
hold. I don't know that he could hold the counter push.
He could, but he should have backed off after he cleared that front row and he got to the status tanks. He should have backed off.
I also
Technically,
don't know why he attacked, because I feel like maybe he thought that being on 3 bases he was being pressured into an attack, but maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know that there wasn't 2-1 coming.
There were a lot of vultures coming behind.
Yeah, but if he believed that
see those.
Clark was going for a 3-base 2-1 timing, then he was completely dead there, because Cryoc could just push out and he didn't have anything. But if he knew that Cryoc was only going to be on +1, Tech was fine. I think that he misjudged that. Like, you can play that situation as Tech because, like, Cryoc doesn't even have science vessels. Cryoc has to push cross positions when he can't against arbiters when he can't see them. You know,
right? Yeah.
And then he has to somehow beat arbiters with no EMP and no way of stopping the stasis. It's like
On
Tech's
top
win
of-
condition
hey,
there.
if he had picked the fight closer to Terran's base, he'd have ran out of scans by the time he actually got to pushing position.
I mean, Free Command said to give you more scans than you believe, but it's even so. It still
Usually
means
2
that
scans
like
to fight them.
yeah, you're still missing like your first volley and so forth because of the
Right,
okay.
right, yeah.
yeah. Okay, this is going to be a gas still opening, but last game, the observer didn't go in and he misjudged it. I firmly believe that if the observer had got in, he would have done the same opening, but he wouldn't have attacked in that situation because there was no
We're
need to.
back in a sec. Gotta reconnect, I think.
There was just no need to attack. He because Cryoc had to kill him. If Cryoc doesn't get the kill, then Cryoc's stuck there on +1 only, no starport, no second army, no upgrades, and at some point the vehicles are going to start.
Do you do this, Quark?
No, and I wouldn't in Tech's position either, because Tech is apparently a master at the 23 next. So, I mean, there's no reason to. Tech's 23 next can beat Cryoc. I mean, even last game, Tech was in great shape. I think that Tech doesn't need any gimmicky bullshit. Tech is.
I've never
Tech can
liked
go-
the whole gas stealing thing, because even if you win, that's truly cheesing, in my opinion. More
seeing a
so
second
than
Vax
proxy
placed.
gates.
Okay, so Cryoc just going straight 2 Vax.
And it blows up in your face.
Ooh.
What's that probe doing?
He's got that SUV quite low, actually. Is he going to try for the try to finish it off? I don't mind what Tech's doing here. He just has to be careful with it because he eventually wants to get a cybernetics core and get some Dragoons out because Dragoons are really good. However, I think there's a situation here where he either loses to Marines or gets a much later expansion. Because I think what we're going to see here is like 5 Marines doing some pressure, and then Cryoc just going to take an expansion. Going to take his CC at natural. But Tech can't expand as easily while also defending against us. Tech has to go second gateway. He's got to get to Dragoon range. There's a lot of like fixed costs early on as Protoss that Tech has to pay, and Cryoc's just going to take his natural. Cryoc is baking at us here. He's going to take his natural, and then he's going to get like Marine range from the academy. See, those Vax are both.
Is that just to buy time for takes to come out?
I think so. Yeah, the Vax have. I was going to say the Vax have stopped producing. They're producing again now, but I don't think this is Cryoc's at all interested in committing here. I think that what he's done here is he's forcing a lot of response from Tech. He's forcing 2-gate.
He needs to send some SCVs, don't he? Maybe that's what he's doing now.
Oh, yeah, I might have misread it. He's committing.
Late.
I don't know about this. I don't know that he can take the ramp against probes because, although Tech needs to have vision on the map, Tech needs to be able to drill. This is he needed a pylon or a probe hidden behind his natural mineral line, and not having one here is really bad.
Oh wow.
Oh, he couldn't afford that.
Yeah, he lost that zealot way too fast.
I see. This isn't drilling. He never got the vision. Oh, come on, Tech. This is elementary. This is like PvT 101. Is if you're going to use
Just
probes
keep
to hold
killing
Marines,
probes.
you've got to have the vision.
No, just run, save your stuff.
Okay, Cryoc's really far behind after that. That was because Dragoon range is basically done, and Cryoc doesn't even have a factory. Like once Dragoon range is done, these Marines are completely dead, and there's no way that Cryoc can expand. I think pulling SCVs and trying to take the high ground there was too aggressive. Although I criticise Tech for not having vision to drill, I think there wasn't much upside to what Cryoc was trying. You look at it and think, well, what's the best case scenario for you here? You've got to somehow take a ramp against a probe drill, against a zealot, and against Dragoons. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's forced to make a bunker too.
Yeah, he lost way too many Marines. I think Tech's really far ahead. I think that Cryoc could have been completely fine there had he done what I was talking about, which is just making like 6 Marines fainting, like giving the appearance that he was trying to do a bunker rush, while just taking a CC and building a bunker with his natural. Because it's only there's nothing that Tech can do until the Dragoon range is done. Even once the Dragoon range is done, the Cryoc can repair that until his Marine range is finished. It's not a dangerous situation for Cryoc to take a quick expansion there.
I think Tech is going to expand. Right?
Yeah, Tech's
just
gonna
run
expand.
over him.
You think Cryoc staying on 2 bases? Yeah, just going to commit to 2-pack? I would love to see a medic or 2 here, honestly. I think that if you are going for a late 2-pack push, then having a bit of buffer for your Marines is really valuable. Because Goons like shooting at Marines, but Goons can't kill Marines because Marines are small, and Goons do half damage against them.
If he's getting vulture speed, that means he's staying on 1 base, right?
Yeah, he's staying on. We know he's staying on 1 base.
Oh,
'cause he's
yeah.
got 2 factories and 1 base. We can see it, but it's not even making SCVs. This is committed. I just feel like if I was in this situation, I was committing like this, I would like to have a tiny bit more buff on my Marines.
Yeah, I'd definitely make a couple more Marines.
Well, that and he's floating minerals. You look at his big. Well, if you're gonna all in, don't have minerals in the back. Just you're gonna all in properly. Picking up that tank's good.
Wow, yeah.
Picking up that.
Wow.
Okay, that was huge. Especially given there's this vulture production happening right now, and you think about it's like the vultures are great for
have to
buffering
almost
for your
make-
tanks, but if you already
You
lost your
almost have to make
tanks,
2 more tanks. Yeah.
yeah, he does. Yeah, the vulture's amazing for buffering your tanks. If your tanks are dead, then the vultures aren't buffering shit. Oh, if he gets mines behind him though.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Observers are done, but I don't know what. Okay, there's. Tech could not afford that. 2 dragoons for free, and Cryoc is on his way. Cryoc's coming, and there's 2 more tanks building now.
It's got an observer though.
Viva's halfway done, but it's halfway done ain't done. And Cryoc's going to expand behind this apparently. If he had a second tank still alive, this would be so much stronger.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why he's not going in. Oof.
Ooh, yeah, that's not ideal. He didn't even pull the tank back, so it took the full 100 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you micro the tank back, a tank can take like 4 Reaver shots.
Right.
It takes 49 damage per Reaver shot. Oh, no, Tech, don't take the Reaver away. The only thing keeping you in the game is your Reaver, and it's not there anymore. What was he hoping to get done with the Reaver that was more valuable than not dying? Not dying is more important than any harass he can do. Also, if he had a Zealot right now, this would be like, this is not how you deal with C-Tank. Although he's timing the tank shots. And it's fantasy. I don't hate it.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, as I said, he's timing the tank shots, but
I don't think it's gonna
if he
save.
just had like 3 Zealots in that shuttle, he could have just held it. It'd be fine.
Oh, bring the observer.
I think Tex can hold this, but I don't know if he's going to.
Well, the reinforcements are slow from Terran after those last 2 tanks.
What happened to that Scarab? Nice dodge. Okay, so we have Zealot legs coming. We have archives on the way. Okay, yeah, the Cryoc got this. Cryoc has this 100%. That container's too strong. Zealot legs aren't anywhere close. He needed to be using this, doing Zealot bombs through this entire time. Like, even if you lose the shuttle, Zealot bombs are still worth it. I think Tex fucked this up. He was up 2-0, and he had a really strong build that got him up 2-0. Game 3, he mis-executed it. He didn't do the observer scout that he needed. And this game, he just didn't use his build that wins him the game. And if you have a really strong build that you're very good at executing, that wins you the game,
Couldn't he
use the
drop
build.
out some zealots from his main?
He could.
Attack it from
But,
both sides.
Yeah, that would be effective because right now he's too far behind at this point. It doesn't matter if he clears it contained.
Yeah,
The
that's
issue is
true.
that he's on 1 base, the Terran's on 2. Like, Cryoc is up 11 workers. That's a base. Cryoc can afford to lose his contain. Nothing bad will happen.
This is the thinking of some players who just leave the game at this point. So there's no point of me staying because there's no way I can win. I might stop this push, but I'm so far behind. Just
Well, that's why he's going DTs, I think. And DTs in a shuttle. This is just the, well, maybe he doesn't have anything to stop a DT drop play. But Cryoc, those things on the minimap have to be turrets around Cryoc's base.
Yeah, because he did that last game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this game's over.
The only thing that I might do here is I might actually. Oh, he's breaking it. He can't break it.
Yep. And it wasn't a hard contain, but the reason it wasn't a hard contain is because it didn't need to be a hard contain.
Right.
Because Cryoc has already won back home. Like, Cryoc's not getting broken by this. And Tech is on one base. No contact yet, so if he kills all the turrets, he can do something. But I mean, Academy,
Oh,
okay,
is
that's the
that
first
you?
contact being built.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just aim the comp set.
I mean, it comes out of the natural coming as well.
Yeah, it's too late now. Oof. There you go.
I
that
think
was
going
a
for,
nice
yeah,
guess.
going for the tanks is fine.
Tanks.
But it's even with the SCV kills, even with the tank kills. I mean, Cryoc can afford to lose units. He's so far ahead. This is a lot of tank kills, so those
I don't know,
DTs
that
got a
was
shit ton of value.
Like 4 or 5 tanks, man.
Yeah, like that's certainly not ideal for Cryoc letting that happen. Tech got so much more value out of this than I was expecting. I was expecting that to just be like 3 vultures, 1 scan, that would just be it.
Wow, he can't
Drop
attack
over.
for a while. He can double expand.
I don't think Tech is interested in double expanding. I think Tech wants to end it. He's going to
That's
get to
some
that
shot.
natural though, and he's going to be very disappointed. Finds out that there's a wall. Okay, he is taking another Nexus. But I think he's still going to attack. It looks like he wants to, and I think if he attacks, it's going to be a huge mistake. It's going to cause him to just keep GD out.
Oh. He might take out the expansion. Well, no, those tanks on the high ground with the bunker. It's just too much.
Although, had
gonna do
Tech
some
not lost
damage.
5 tanks for nothing, this would have been so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
Like Cryoc was going to hold this so easily right up until the Great Tank Massacre of 2020.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is doing way more damage than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I still think Cryoc's really far ahead, but this is pretty sure
Wow.
just killing every tank.
His Reaver control is great.
Yeah, he started stepping Reavers, which is unusual.
I think he was betting on getting a bunch of SCVs and trying to level the playing field a bit, but
How many kills did that Reaver have? You will never know.
Can't see. That's the thing. You can never find out how many kills these Reapers have. Maybe
12.
That's honestly a couple of those are tanks, so that
Yeah.
motherfucker definitely paid for himself.
I mean, that did way more damage than I thought it was going to do. I thought he was just going to run into the wall, lose everything, and just leave the game.
He's got that
Prince-
extra expansion.
Cryoc's getting a star pot.
I mean,
Cryoc's going for 2-1 this
still-
game.
Yeah, he's still behind though.
In
I
fact,
mean,
Cryoc already has +1 on the ground, so Cryoc is going for. Is he going to build a second army? I think he is. This is going to be a quick 2-2 if he does build a second army.
well, it better be something quick because his main's about to be mined out, and he's only on like 3 or 4 fact.
I'm assuming that because he had a mine at the Protoss third for so long, he doesn't know that Protoss took a third somewhere else. Which makes sense. If you've got a mine there, you
Right.
would assume that Protoss is on 2 base.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's probably why he is staying on 2 base and maybe get the fast 2-1. Well, this would be a 2-2 build, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's a science facility.
If he doesn't get the science facility, I do question why he got the Starbot.
Right, because for that timing push to actually work, you need constant pump. Still, I just think he's lost too many tanks, man.
I mean, it's even supply.
Yeah.
And Protoss doesn't have any tech units. Protoss had Reavers briefly, but they're gone now. Protoss doesn't have Storm, doesn't have Arbiters. Protoss is on Gateways in a Dream. And also, oh, did he just cancel the fourth Nexus? Yeah, he cancelled the fourth Nexus. I think he realized that he'd misjudged the situation and that Cryoc was going for it, so the Nexus wasn't what he needed.
Yeah, maybe he thought it was it's gonna be another couple minutes before he pushed out.
And Cryoc's not committed here either. Cryoc's taking a third himself. Okay, so Science Facilities just so he can get 2-1. He's not going to double armory. Although if you're going for rebase, I would like to see a double armory. I think double armory is always worth it. If you're going for a later 2-1 push.
People say armor doesn't do anything, for Terran and for Protoss, but I mean, even if you manage to get one group of dragoons given an extra volley, it's worth it. These zealots are getting right in the middle of these tanks. These dragoons are surrounded pretty good, but man,
once the zealots are dead, the game is done.
Yeah, oh, the siege tank blasts.
Yeah, when you run out of zealots, the push break is over. You've got to get those goons out of there. Yeah, Tech can't recover from that. That was too many units lost. He misjudged the situation going for the fourth base.
I think having one shuttle would have made a difference.
But that was a very impressive showing nonetheless. I thought he was completely dead after after the contain. But instead he did so much more damage with the DTs and then the Beavers than I thought was even possible.
Gotta give it up to Cryoc. Did he just come back 2 wins in a row?
Yeah. Although, again, both games I feel like were Tech's to lose. It might just be my Protoss bias because I feel like I have a good understanding of where Tech is in the game, but Cryoc not so much because I don't know TVP as well as I know PVT. But I think all 4 of these games so far, Tech has just been in a dominant position. Is this the new map with the overmines?
What map is this, guys?
It's I think it's. I don't play this on ladder, but I think it's the one with the overmined cocoons.
They picked it. At least Tech did.
Yeah, hold on.
So that last game, was that just kind of a tap out because he had to leave?
Yeah, I mean, Cryoc was going to eliminate him if he didn't leave.
Yes.
Well, the rest were all ladder maps, so it makes sense they're continuing to do ladder. Can't remember what it's called. Ringing Bloom.
So
that's the one.
has this map been adjusted a little bit then?
Oh, there's a pocket expansion in this one, isn't there?
Yeah, this is the one with the back expansion, and I think Cryoc is going to BBS him.
Oh.
Which I think is definitely the play to do on this map. Because, I mean, it's a map where they're very likely to fast expand. It's...
Ooh, proxy.
And even if they go for a regular gateway, BBS is just strong.
And BBS stands for...
Barracks,
About
barracks
supply.
Just for the people who might not know that.
Yeah.
Wink.
You don't see it much.
I mean, you see it probably quite a lot on this map. I don't play this map because this shit happens.
Oh, really? Oh.
Oh, is Tech going to spot it? If Tech spots it, then... yeah,
oh
okay.
My God.
Is
This
that
is
in the
insta-win.
way of scouting, though? It doesn't seem like a very great place.
Yeah, he should be doing it in the middle. This is insta-win for Protoss.
I was kind of wondering that too.
Yeah, you literally cannot lose from this position because Terran has killed his own economy and can't go for Tech. All you need to do in this situation to win is do exactly what he's doing with the harass, or and then if he stays on 2 facts, you just build a forge. And then the Terran's sitting there on like 8 SCVs mining, 7 SCVs mining, wondering why the hell he thought this was a good idea.
I don't understand why Cryoc did this. He won 2 in a row by just playing straight up.
Well, because on this map, 13 Nex is really common because it's a very natural map, and because you can normally put them in the middle and then not get scouted. Though there is a meta game where they would scout through the middle and maybe they wouldn't have seen. But this is once it's scouted, that's the game. There's no coming back from this.
So what's the play here? Should the Zealot just go straight for Terran? I mean, there's nothing there holding it.
Yeah, the second Zealot's going to defend because it's only one Vax at this point. And if it's only one Vax, then and you can't lose. He's gonna one Zealot's going to hold this, and then the probe is going to presumably block the machine shop when the machine shop happens, and Agun's just going to kill him. Only way that Cryoc can survive is with a bunker at his vamp, and he can't build a bunker at his vamp because he has no marines in his base. Like Cryoc is just when this happens, you leave the game, basically.
Yeah,
It's a
there's
Showmatch, so
nowhere
he's
to
got to
go.
play it out, but there's no.
There's nowhere to go here.
Yeah.
I feel like the refinery was kind of greedy.
Well, he had to.
It's
You
a
can't stay on.
transition into a
You can't
factory.
stay on one Max Marines.
Yeah.
One Vax Marine isn't going to do anything for you. I guess he could have built a second Vax inside his main,
Yeah, that's
built
what I
a
was going to
bunker,
say.
and then gone for command center. But I mean, he had 7 SCVs mining. It's well, rather 6 SCVs mining. One of them's building a depot. So it's like there's not enough income to recover. When this happens, as I said, you leave the game. That's the transition. Look at that worker difference. 20 workers to 9. Yeah. The Cryoc has literally 6 SCVs mining because he has 1 SCV inside tech space, 1 on gas, and 2 building buildings. So he was on the 6 SCVs mining minerals.
Yeah, he just lost 1. So he's down to 9 SCVs total.
Yeah. And this just isn't playable for tech. Sorry, for Cryoc. Tech could beat him with scouts in this position. I'm not even kidding. You could go 3rd Nexus, and then proxy 2 starports and kill him with scouts. Is that an SCV up at the top of the map, or is that a Marine?
Not sure what this Marine is doing, but getting the hell out of there.
It couldn't run home because there were Protoss units in the way, so it just had to go hide and wait for the situation to improve. Cryocs up to 12 workers now, but unfortunately, Tech is on 25 and 2 Nexuses, so its situation is not getting any better. I like the Viva decision because if Cryoc is going for a quick second base, Viva's good. Cryoc's going for Marine Medic all in, Viva's good. There's basically no game in which he loses after getting a Viva. I also like that, just to confirm what's going on. Machine shop not spinning, 1 factory, no second Vax Marine Medic. Tech can afford to throw away a unit. I would have thrown away the Zealot, not the Dragoon, but it's fine to throw away a unit there just to confirm the situation.
Dragoon might be a little quicker.
Yeah, but Zealot takes lower damage from tanks and is more hit points. I like checking for hidden expansions. I think that he's in a position where he knows the only way he can really do something unexpected, so he's just looking for the unexpected.
I don't hate it.
I'm being mocked here. 3rd Nexus, he's pretty sure at this point that Cryoc is going to be on going for 2 bases, so yeah, why not take a 3rd? You looked in his base, there was 1 factory, no barracks, and the machine shop wasn't spinning and the factory wasn't blinking. Like, what are you afraid of? Nothing.
Is it necessary though? Can't you just all in?
Yeah, but why would you
Too risky?
why would you this is the one game. You don't want to make it
That's
you
what I
don't-
was
your
saying
wing
about Terran strategy. It just didn't make sense. Well, I guess he's got his Reaver already, so that's... Terran has nothing to defend against this.
Yeah, and as in Tech's position, you don't want... Imagine your shuttle runs into a turret, or you drop your Reaver on a mine and you lose it. You don't want to not have a follow-up. when you're this far ahead, you can give yourself insurance. The third Nexus is an insurance contract. If this Viva doesn't work, he's got something else in the back. Shuttle speed as well. Nice. There's no way that Cryoc has nothing to defend against this. Nothing. There's no Goliath, no eBay.
Ow. Ow.
17 worker lead.
Definitely a
Although,
lot bigger. Oh,
yep.
20.
I mean, he got what he wanted from the
Right
Viva,
here.
which is he was always going to be likely that he was going to get a lot done. But he didn't need to.
It had 9 kills. I think I got a few more.
Yeah.
I
But he
mean,
wasn't dependent on the Viva there. He's doubling the Cryoc supply, and he's more than doubling the income.
Tech seems like a solid Bo5 man.
Yeah, he's difficult to beat. I have run into him a few times, and yeah, he's there's nothing wrong with his macro. There's nothing wrong with his Viva macro. We've seen some decisions that I don't know that I would make myself, but he's a very strong player. I think this is kind of funny, given that he has shuttle speed. He's just going to be abusive while taking bases. I wouldn't mind seeing him take a fourth, honestly, just because he can. Oh, Cryoc knows what's up. He saw the drop. And the shuttles are down. Ooh, that's not good. This is going to delay mining, but it's going to... He can't get those units back out.
Man, look at the range on that fucking tank.
Yeah,
God.
it's a totally a balanced matchup. He's still 18 workers and a base ahead. Oh, is he going to get it out? No.
Oh, he focused fire the Reaver. Oh, man.
Just delaying the mining on the natural is pretty big. So Cryoc is heading for a third base, but I mean, it doesn't matter to the point. I think Tech has... Is that Dragoon in the top right, or is that a drive? Yeah, okay, but Tech's going to have his gateways come online. There's no way Cryoc takes a third. I wouldn't mind seeing him head towards some actual late game tech rather than speed shuttles. And speed shuttles are good in the medium term, but you do eventually want to have either carriers or arbiters. It's not going to make a difference. He's double the supply. Tech's worker production's been very intermittent though, which isn't on purpose. He's not trying to cut workers here. He's just got too much going on and he's not making them reliably. But he could have more workers than he does by some margin. And if you're going to quick 4 bases, I mean, fuck it, make 80 workers. Who cares? We're seeing the arbiter switch coming. I like it. Yeah, he's not taking any chances. He's gonna try and win with the gateways, but if he doesn't win the gateways, he's gonna win with the arbiters. See, 54 probes. That's not that many probes on 4 bases. He's just not making them. That's less than 1 per crystal. And that'll do it. Good game.
Not like this, Cryoc.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't like
I
the
understand
BBS.
why he went BBS, but putting it in the scout path is not ideal. And
When you
had
come back
Tech
2
been-
wins like that, it just didn't make sense to me.
Had Tech been top right and then scouted across first, then that would have looked like he was a genius. It would have been unscouted and very close to top right. But
Isn't there a
it's-
safer place to build those 2 barracks?
Yeah, you build them right in the middle, so it's not on any scout path.
I'm guessing he intentionally did that because it might be searched in the middle, but that wouldn't make sense because where he built them is very close to the center of the map too.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that placement. And I also don't know that he needed to do that to beat Tech. I think Tech is probably better. I like Tech's play a lot, but I think that and certainly Tech didn't look invincible. I think Cryoc, even if he's not going to win most games, he can win some games.
Well, thank you so much for casting as always. We got an open cast invite, folks, so always feel free to hop in, co-cast.